In this video, you're going to learn transition words to add to your English vocabulary. These words will help you while you read and write. Now, these transition words will take your English conversation to the next level. Now, transition words are words that help a speaker or a writer transition smoothly from one idea or thought to another. What transition words does is it provides a natural flow to the text by setting a link between two or more ideas. If you want to speak smartly and intelligently, it is imperative that you add transition words to your sentences or to your write-up. Now, we're going to be looking at some groups of transition words. The first one is causation or cause and effect. Now, when you want to show a cause and effect in your write-up or in your speech, these are the transition words that you can use. Thus, since, as a result, consequently, hence, accordingly, because, due to. When you want to show cause and effect, use any of these words. Now let's look at an example. Susan spoke rudely to her teacher. That's a sentence. She was grounded. Now to add transition words to this sentences, you could say Susan spoke rudely to her teacher. As a result, she was grounded. You can see the use of transition words in this sentence makes the sentence easier to understand, makes it smoother, and make you sound intelligently. When you are in a formal setting, you need to make use of formal transition words. For example, the project is over budget. Hence, we have to cut costs. The project is over budget. Hence, we have to cut costs. The transition word used here is hence. The second group of transition words that you can use in your writing, in your speech, in your presentation is chronology. Basically, chronology helps to define time. It is actually how events are related based on when it occurred. Now, these transition words can be used when you're trying to talk about a time or an event. Examples: first, firstly, to start, at the beginning, second, secondly, after, afterwards, next, then, subsequently, third, thirdly, after, later, last but not least. Before I show you an example of using transition words when you're talking about time, please subscribe, like, and comment as well. Example for this chronology is: first, I went to the store. Subsequently, I worked out. Next, I made dinner. You can see the transition words used here like first, subsequently, and next. Another group of transition words that you can include in your write-up is compare and contrast. When you have two opposing ideas or you're trying to compare similarities, you make use of transition words like furthermore, moreover, further, additionally, in addition, also, and, but, however, although. These are transition words you can make use of when you're trying to compare two ideas or something together, or you're trying to contrast two ideas or something together. Let's look at this example. The boy liked birds, but he was afraid of cats. Similarly, he did not like lions and tigers. On the contrary, he liked animals that could fly. The boy liked birds, but is a transition word. He was afraid of cats. Similarly, he did not like lions and tigers. On the contrary, he liked animals that could fly. When things are generally true, use transition words like in general, generally, generally speaking, by and large, for the most part, most of the time, usually, mostly, typically. These transition words would help you generalize things. Let's look at this example. Most of the time, my classes are very engaging. You will agree with me that my class can be and is always engaging. This is when you're basically talking about general things that are true. You make use of transition words as well. When you are trying to make your point by providing supporting information stronger, use these transition words to convey your message. Furthermore, moreover, also, in fact, as a matter of fact, additionally. These transition words would help you provide supporting information for that idea that you want to pass across. Example, I love cakes. As a matter of fact, it is my favorite snack. I love cakes so much actually, and that's like my favorite snack. So yeah. So whenever you're trying to place emphasis on something or an idea, make use of transition words. Coming to the end of this, the next group of transition words, which is actually our final group of transition words for this video, is conclusion. When you want to end your speech or presentation, you want to use transition words like ultimately, in the long run, giving these points, in conclusion, to summarize, in sum, finally, to wrap up, in the end, to sum up. These transition words will tell your reader or the audience that you are coming to the end of maybe your write-up or your presentation or your speech. For example, ultimately, if you want to remain extraordinary, you have to invest in yourself. The transition word used in this sentence is ultimately. Given this point, take note of these when you want to use transition words. Did you notice the use of given this point? That is another transition word you can use. So let's take it again. In conclusion, take note of these when you want to use transition words. Understand the meaning of the transition words you use. You want to understand the transition words you're using before you use them in your sentences or when you speak. And do not overuse them. That's my number 2. Do not overuse transition words. And the third one is use appropriate transition words for your style of writing. You need to identify the style of writing and then use appropriate words for them. All right, I need to end this video here, but I hope that with these words that I have given, you will be able to make your writing, your speech more interesting, and you will also want to sound smarter when you speak. So make sure you use any of these transition words in your next conversation with somebody. My name is Nema, and I will see you in my next video.